So here we have her, the Chinese JH-7 that was added in the last batch. Now note that's a JH-7, not JH-7A. So apparently if it's an earlier model, it just doesn't get a letter, I guess. Now, what's interesting for this thing is that it has these 4 anti-ship missiles, and it's the only guided ordnance it has. Now, I usually play Sim, and sometimes there's just not much to go for in a server. And it's kind of nice to have these missiles ready to go for some AI targets, because you just lock them up and you fire them. So let's see how they perform and hopefully sink some ships. It's good to check the map where you're going, because this trackwell scan kind of gets stuck on these sort of ghost targets on the ocean that don't really exist. I had another match where I just lobbed some missiles into the sea and hit nothing, basically. So let's hope we have more luck this time. This should be the ones that I saw on the map. Now, these missiles don't have a lot of range either, and to avoid shooting at these ghost targets, it's probably best to wait until you have visual confirmation before you fire. Also gotta watch overspeed in this jet. I love the Chinese voice in the background. Is there anyone here that speaks Mandarin that can tell me what it means? Okay, we're in range now. Firing the first one. Self-locking the second. Firing. Let's see what those missiles do for damage. They're very slow and they don't leave a contrail, so we'll just have to see a little explosion, hopefully. Okay, first hit, 40% of the crew killed. And the second one hit also about half. Alright, there was one missile each. Let's go in for another run. Here they are, we're quite close, but we should still be able to hit them. Firing 1. Firing 2. Let's wait until those hit. And again, half of what was left over, so about 25% each left. Alright, so they're not dead yet. That means we have to go rearm and try again. We do have these PL5E2 missiles, which is basically a PL5 with an IRCCM all aspect seeker. It's pretty good for self-defense, especially at this PR. So plenty of flares and chaff, all large, I think. Okay, back in the air. We'll fire 2 at each, so the total that would have hit is 4 each. Firing 1, locking the other, firing the other. I'm alternating, firing the first one again, and firing the second. I'm alternating because these things are sea skimming, and I think they have a tendency to hit each other. So if you can make their tracks a little bit different, then hopefully they'll both hit the target instead of each other. Nope, the first ship's missiles they hit each other in air, and the second one's target destroyed. Okay, so that's 4 missiles to destroy a target, maybe 3, but let's say 4. And I got about 135 MP, which is exactly the same as getting shot down. So, well, about 500 MP being the max rewards you can get in 15 minutes. I think if you bring this and blow up one ship with 1 load of missiles, and then you get shot down, you still get half of max rewards. So I guess in that sense it's quite useful. And maybe in other cases, if the server's kind of quiet and you don't really have any targets, you can just keep hunting ships until you see a player. But overall, they're not exactly a meta, but I think they're interesting and they're quite useful, not very useful. They're definitely fun. It's definitely an interesting weapon if you like these sort of different kinds of warfare in a video game like War Thunder. So let me know, guys. Do you think is this just some gimmicky weapon, or is this actually something you would use? And as always, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.